welcome to Arizona.
Let's go. Right, here we go now. Batman scoop on the mic, mix in the mix on the wheels of steel. This is what I was getting born to do. Let's go.
What you eating, sweet pea?
Well, rainbow goodness.
Got a convertible.
It's quickly become my dream car. We got maybe 2.5 or 3 hours of sleep because I totally had a crisis meltdown moment like I do almost every vacation we take because I didn't know how to pack or what to pack and I overpacked. After the 3 hours of sleep and a slight nap on the plane, we got off and our first Uber driver was super cool. He had so many inspiring things to say and amazing things to say about just living in an amazingly warm climate. It's really affordable here. And then our second Uber driver was even cooler because he was from Nebraska, huge football fan. He wants to start his own YouTube channel. He's all over Facebook and does videos. That's one of our favorite things about travel is just the people that we get to meet and connect with in the most random and interesting ways. We got carrots, heirloom tomatoes, fresh romaine, and some other amazing house salsa and guac. We've got our fat-free refried beans. We stocked up on citrus because it's so good right now. Cherry tomatoes are a must, more heirlooms. We've got a couple mangoes, avocados, and of course sweet potatoes. Engine 2 hummus, this is the best because it's oil-free. Anything Engine 2 is amazing. Cucumbers, Honeycrisp apples, berries are a staple, home or away. This is a fun little trick. I always cut them in half and dice them into little cubes, make them little bite-sized treats to have like after dinner.
Yep.
Dates are the other thing. They're easy to travel with if you've got a backpack and you're going to do some hiking. Same with walnuts.
Trying to leave, but Aaron has a couple things to finish up still.
This is called roughing it. Okay?
Finally made it out of the place. Aaron's still there. Here is the Rambler. We used an app called Turo, T-U-R-O.
Let's get in this sweet whip. Do I get to drive?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yep.
So we're here at Flower Child, a restaurant here in Scottsdale. They've got tons of vegetarian and vegan food, so we're told. We've never been, but a lot of people back home recommended it, so we'll let you know what it's like. This one right here?
Yep.
So we just sat down. First observation, extremely fast service. I got the chopped vegetable salad and Dusty got what's called Mother Earth. It looks amazing. And we got a side of curried cauliflower and sweet potatoes.
Let's go.
don't even know where it came from. Seriously, like to have happiest I've ever been. I don't know what it is about the freeway, the mountains, the sunset, the convertible with my hubby, and bringing back memories from high school when I used to ride in the back of his Mustang. Had a huge crush on him, and he didn't even know it for years.
Okay guys, so we just pulled up to the Hillsong Church. We're here for Alpha.
Alpha.org, I think.
Yep.
It might be alpha.com.
We'll link it in down low. We'll try to get some footage.
Peace out.
Peace out.
I could be watching Justin Timberlake's halftime show highlights.
We are in Old Town Phoenix. I've never been before, so I cannot claim to be a tour guide of any sort, but we're gonna check it out. Find some grub. Should we eat Italian, Thai, or Indian? You guys guess. We are at Molly's Thai Cuisine in Old Town Phoenix. What'd you
So
get?
good, so good. I got the hippie noodles.
We got the hippie noodles, we got some brown rice, I got the yellow curry, and we just got done eating the Tom Kha Gai soup. Amazing. I'm going. I spy some navels. Look at all this citrus. Beautiful. Soaking a little. Really go for one right now. How about you? Hey, guy. Just wrapped up a run. Took Dusty through a 3-minute plank series. How was
brutal.
it?
It was brutal. I almost couldn't finish it.
It's not easy, but
It's tough. It's tough.
it definitely has reshaped my core. So here
It'll
we
do
go.
its job. Okay, so we are at Mad Greens in North Scottsdale. Place is really good. We just got some create your own vegan bowls and a hummus trio and a detox green juice.
Can't wait to dig in.
Okay,
Oh!
your hands on the wheels there, girl. I think that's it up on the hill. Doing a mini party. Okay guys, so we are at Tom's Thumb Trailhead, ready to do a little hiking, and Aaron dressed for a photo shoot, not a hike. So this is gonna be funny. You ready to do some hiking?
Yeah, totally. We're about to hike up that Tom's Thumb. I'm pretty sure that is his thumb.
Give me a wave.
Turpentine bush. So check it out. We found the jojoba plant, and these little seeds are what the oil comes from. If you've ever used jojoba, it's in all kinds of cosmetics and hair care products.
Takes you higher, I will forever be intertwined with you. When the sun never goes down and time has slowed down, would it be too crazy if we decided to stay forever? Decided to stay forever, forever.
We're here on a little break from our freezing cold winter weather back in Nebraska, and we are loving the sun, the warmth.
It's like 75 today. It was like 85 yesterday. It is absolutely perfect.
We've had some great vegan eats.
Yes.
We've sat by the pool, went on some good jogs, some
Yeah.
nature hikes. Today we're hiking Tom's Thumb. It's about 2 miles up, 2 miles back down. We actually came to Arizona for a conference. Maybe if you watched our stories on Instagram, then you saw it was the Alpha conference. And if
Yes.
you don't know what Alpha is, that's kind of an introductory course into Christianity, and it answers a lot of the big life questions that you might ask yourself.
So we're looking for something to kind of like help us bridge the gap between Catholics and non-Catholics and Christians and even non-Christians. And Alpha has been so cool for us. We are loving it. And anyway, they hosted the Alpha USA conference here in Phoenix this weekend, and it was so much fun. We met a ton of people.
Yeah, met all kinds of cool, interesting people from all walks of life. It was
Yeah.
a totally different experience, but it was just really inspiring and really eye-opening. There's a lot of division going on right now in our own country, let alone the entire world. And so coming to this Alpha conference where everything was about unity and about creating a kingdom culture,
Right.
where there isn't divisions based on religious beliefs, and just really coming to the realization that we are all one. We are all brothers and sisters.
Right.
And I think one of the speakers said, you can't pick your family. And the golden rule is to love your neighbor as yourself.
We need to close these divides. And like Aaron said, love your neighbor as yourself. It's the golden rule. We are called to love one another and do what we can to bridge those gaps, to meet people. We did a really good exercise, and he had us write down our name in the middle of a tic-tac-toe box. And then he said, write the 8 closest neighbors around you. Write their names in those boxes. And in a room of like a couple thousand people, no one could do it. And it's really kind of sad, actually. We don't even know who our neighbors are.
Right. So when you talk about the golden rule being love your neighbor as yourself, a lot of us think that it means, just anybody and everybody, or that you have to go out of your way to help do some grand deed for somebody that you don't even know, when
Right.
really a lot of us don't know our own next door neighbors.
Yeah.
And a lot of them could use our prayers, a lot of them could use a favor from us.
Yep.
And it's kind of got us thinking, then he said, I want you to think of just whatever neighbor comes to mind first in your head, and I want you to make an effort to reach out to them, to maybe offer to pray for them, maybe offer to help them however they may need. And you never really know
Yeah.
how they might open up to you and what kind of relationship or what kind of seed you might plant
Yeah.
in their hearts that could really, make a positive change or a positive impact in their lives.
Right. You never know what somebody's going through. And sometimes we get this gut feeling. And it was funny because Aaron and I both asked each other afterward, we're like, what neighbor did you think of when he said that? And we both kind of thought of the same person. And so there's a gut feeling there. So maybe there's a calling from God to reach out to that person. So when we get home, we need to make an effort to do so.
Right.
And it's funny because we think of giving back and helping out, and we get these mailers in the mail, right? And there's people all over the world that are starving, and we're called to help out and donate. And like Aaron said, the truth of the matter is, yes, those people need help, but there are people literally next door.
Your actual physical neighbors.
Right.
Or even, your mom or your dad or
Yeah.
your sibling. Maybe for me, it could be babysitting my nephew, lending a hand more often,
Yep.
things like that I'm more too concerned about donating to the food pantry, which, like Dusty said, is important. But let's really actually help our physical neighbors and the people closest to us.
Right. We each give one person a compliment today. Everyone else will receive a compliment today. So what if
Exactly.
we all did a good deed for one person today? We would likewise also receive one good deed today. It's that simple.
Right.
That simple. Help one person today.
And another good saying that has been on my mind a lot lately too is, I think that a lot of the reason why we're all feeling so much division is because we're lonely, and
Yeah.
we're lonely because we don't reach out to our neighbors.
Yeah.
And we feel like we maybe don't have a friend. And I heard this great quote. It's really simple. It just goes, to have a friend, you have to be a friend.
Yes.
And I was like, boom, mic drop.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, you know, it's like, I can't name that many friends I have that I can say and tell just about anything to. And
Right.
it really got me thinking, you know, why don't I have any friends? How come my old friends don't reach out? How come I'm not making new friends? And I started to think, you know, I shouldn't place so much emphasis and so much weight on others to come to me. You know, it's ultimately about, to have a friend, you have to reach out, step outside of your own confines, outside of your box, and
Yep.
seek.
Yeah. Seek that out, because I guarantee that there are people out there who are feeling the same way. They're not receiving that friendship because we aren't giving it, right? So if we want to receive, we first have to give. And it's so powerful. It's so simple.
Priests, pastors, ministers get really, really wrapped up in their own ministry, in their own congregation, in their
Right.
own physical building, raising money and funds for their own building. And
Right.
this guy said, you can't have a kingdom if you're focused on building the castle. You
Right.
can't build a kingdom if you're focused on building your castle.
Another mic drop.
Yeah, and going off of that, you think about, like, outside of just Christianity and outside of the church, you think about building a kingdom where we're all unified as one people. And if you're too focused on your own life, your own castle,
Right.
then you're not able to build that unified kingdom.
Yep.
So when we talk about, you know, breaking down the walls, busting outside of your barriers and your comfort zone,
Yeah.
thinking outside of the box and stepping outside of the box.
Yeah. It's so funny. We watched like 3 YouTube channels that we really like, and you guys might be watching our YouTube channel and you have a handful of ones that you really like, and we actually get funneled into these like small niches and these bubbles where we don't see anything outside of what we want to see, right? You do a Google search. Erin was telling me she heard a podcast recently where these 2 people did the same Google search, but they got different results based on their search patterns, right?
What their interests were.
Right. So we like are living in these bubbles and we don't even know it, and we can't even control it, really.
And it really gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And even the friends that pop up on your Instagram and your Facebook feeds,
Yeah.
it's like they're going to be the same people that you see at all the same places,
Yep.
that have the same political and religious affiliations as you. And before you know it, you think everybody's just like you.
Yeah.
And it gets really comfortable. And when you feel too comfortable, the growing ceases.
So we were challenged at the conference this weekend to do one small thing, and we're going to challenge you guys to do the same.
Right. So we want to challenge you guys to reach out to one person that you don't
Yes.
know that well, one neighbor, one coworker, see where the conversation leads. Just feel it out, feel what's on your heart, follow your intuition, go with your gut, and just really be open to whatever comes your way with that relationship, and it could really open up a new chapter for your life or for theirs.
And then we want you guys to comment below and tell us who it is or how you did it, and or who you might have in mind and what your plans are, so we can get a little bit of conversation going.
Yeah, we want to know what kind of experience you guys had with this, and
Yes.
what kind of doors you opened for yourselves. And just remember, to have a friend, you've got to be a friend.
Yep.
And if you want to create the kingdom, you can't focus on building your own castle.
Right.
If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. We're having a blast here in Arizona.
Yep. You know the drill, like we said, leave a comment below, follow us on social media, share the video, and stay tuned for our next one, you guys.
Eat, move, rest, your best.
Do it.
Bye, guys.